Now to our interview with the guest of the day. I'm joined by the chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC in Benue State, Comrade Austin Agada, for discussion on the politics of ministerial nomination. Thank you very much for joining us, Comrade.
Thank you.
All right, so, leaders of Idoma and Igede have accused the APC of dominating them in Benue State. What do you have to say about that?
Well, for us, I don't think as a political party there have been any outcry in that regard. Yes, of course, there have been issues of position sharings and who gets what and at every particular time. So we are hopeful, yes, as a people of the Idoma Igede extraction of Benue States, that by God's special grace and by our input as far as electioneering is concerned and our dedicatedness towards a purposeful leadership of the states and, of course, in Nigeria general, that will get our fair share of our national cake.
All right, so they also claim that the governor, speaker, chief judge, SSG, majority leader are all thieves. Don't you think that some form of power sharing should happen?
Yes, it has been so, but like you know, politics is about numbers, and the thief extraction of Benue State, Benue is divided into 3 senatorial districts. The Idoma Igede belongs to 1 senatorial district, then the 2 other senatorial districts belongs to the thief extraction. That's the Zone B, Benue North and Benue West. But we keep negotiating and ensuring and pushing our agitation in ensuring that we as a people get our fair share in the Commonwealth of Benue. As it stands today, the speaker is from Zone B, while the governor is from Zone A. The deputy governor of the state is from Zone C, you know. And over the years, it has been so difficult to see even someone from Zone C, considering that we have about 12 members of the State House of Assembly coming out to say they want to be speaker. So sometimes they don't give you what you don't ask for. So it is my humble opinion that we start doing participatory politics where we think otherwise or where we feel that we should be engaged. We should ask for it and we should demand. There's nothing wrong. It doesn't matter whether they contest and lose that position. They should contest for the #1 position of the legislature in the states. Just like they have also been contesting for the governorship of the states over the years.
All right, so again, at the federal level, the secretary to the government of the federation is also a thief man, just as the minister designate is all equally thief. They say they are being punished because the APC didn't win in their area. Is this really right?
Come again?
All right. What I said was that at the federal level, the secretary to the government of the federation is also a thief man, just as the minister designate is equally thief. And they say they are being punished because the APC didn't win in their area. So I'm asking, is this really right?
No. You see, the issue of the secretary to the government of the federation has to do with the entire country and the disposition of the president to appoint who he so desires as his secretary to serve under his government. And the issue of the minister is something that has to do with the state. It has no nomenclature whatsoever as to do with a particular ethnic group. He is a minister of Benue and not a minister of the Thief Nation or the Idoma Nation. You see, we should stop playing this politics of sentiment that has brought us to where we are today. I recall vividly where some time ago, during David Mark's time, as a years Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You had a Jerry Agada and eventually an Abba Moro. All from a particular extraction, which is where I come from, the Benue South, the Igede Idoma extractions. They were ministers at that time, alongside with David Mark, who was the #3 citizen of the country. Heaven did not fall. It was the same Senator Dr. George Akume that is the SGF today that went about in ensuring that, and also speaking on national televisions as to the nomination of these people as ministers at that time. And he was also in the Senate. And he did everything within his powers to ensure that they had a smooth ride. Audu Ogbe was also minister in Buharis' first tenure. The Senator Akume stood up and also supported him, considering that after Abba Moro had been minister, it was expected after 2015 that the APC won that the ministerial nominee from Benue should come from the thief extraction. But it never went that way. It went to the Idoma extraction, that's the Idoma Igede, which is the Benue South. And there was an outcry within the thief area. But the Senator Dr. George Akun, who is now the SGF, was everywhere on national television and also speaking in favor of distinguished Chief Audu Ogbe. So I find it very funny when I see some group of Idoma elders brewing these seeds of discord and saying what they are saying and talking about marginalization. It is entirely not correct. And I want it to be on record that they weren't speaking for the APC. They had a particular agenda, and that was what you can see them doing. But the most funny aspect of it all today is the fact that I watched these same elders protesting in form of a press conference. It became very laughable, considering their years in politics, their experience, their relationship they have created. For crying out loud, the president today is a personal friend of Chief Audu Ogbe. So if he feels that the Benue South where he comes from, or if he feels so touched about them, I expect him to seek an appointment. Of course, he is the deputy leader of the party in the state, where Akume is the leader. And see how they can sit down to harmonize this situation and see what they can bring from Benue South Senatorial District, and not what they were doing. And what is more laughable was that majority of them that were seated there were all, in the last election, people that came out and worked against the party. So how do you expect today, after working against the party, after working against the candidature of Mr. President today, you want to be the same people demanding for position? They quickly went and signed a document for the former House of Rep member from Apagatu, who lost election in the last election, that he should be given the ticket, the ministerial slot. And they know very well that he has a deficiency in his academic records. They know very well that in the last election, that same God's Day did not campaign anywhere for our presidential candidate, neither did he campaign for our party. He campaigned alone for himself, and the likes of Peter Obi, they never worked for us. And that is why today, God in his infinite mercy decided to punish him by ensuring that among the 11 House of Rep we were supposed to have from Benue, 10 was won by the APC. Only that of his seat, we lost it to the People's Democratic Party. The same Samuel was the same person that took Peter Obi to Pastor Paul Enenche in Dunamis. And he told me in front of, as a party chairman, in front of the National Secretariat, that he was instrumental in giving more than how many people tickets for governorship in Labour and House of Rep and Senate. And that he will never identify with the party. So if these elders today will now go quickly to sign documents for such person to be nominated as Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, then it is more laughable. And they think that the president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is such a president that doesn't do his needful investigations, or what? This is a man over the years that has been a seasoned politician and knows and understands the situation we have in every part of the country. So if today the Benue South Senatorial District have lost out in that first nominee, ministerial nominee, they should be held accountable for those decisions they took without due consultation. They should not turn around and start accusing the thief people. I know what the SGF did in ensuring, in pushing one of our sons for this very position as minister. And I know as the party chairman, because I had the information to myself, what transpired. And I also know the president promised to the Benue South Senatorial District and other things that will come. So if an opportunity has been given to one of our own that have worked so hard for this party, it is worthy to be celebrated. It is most unfortunate when I see people like A.V.M. Morgan. These are people in the last elections that were in national television against the presidential candidate of our party. They worked so hard. He came to endorse Peter Obi with a tongue. All these things are on record, and today they are demanding to be ministers or to be given ministerial appointments. Is it fair? When the president himself has said that there must be reward for hard work. So, is it those that have deceived the vice president today, took a lot of money from his hand that they were going to support and deliver Zone C, that's the Benue Gede extraction, and we never saw them at home, only for them to appear on the day of the election and they were dancing Ada Oyi, Ene Ado Oyi, meaning in my dialect that father, son, and mother. That's the Peter Obi slogan. In my dialect, the Idoma. And those were the things we faced. I think the credit of the last election should be given to the younger generation that really fought hard in Benue South to bring out over 43,000 votes against the kind of things they went and did to the Benue South in the last election by these so-called elders. Name each and one of them that were there. Is it Inalegu that was busy dividing the party in the name of G9 and creating all sorts of things again, and also issuing statements that they are not supporting and collecting money from Otom? All those things are on record. It's just because of the peace of the party that we are quiet about it. We know what we passed through in Benue to be where we are. And we know what we are doing to put the party together and for the Benue South to get their own fair share of the national cake. They cannot continue to bring us back to the advancement we have made as a people. Look at the deplorable state of the roads in Benue South, where you have an 8 years Senate president, Chief Adogbe, that was the minister for agriculture, has been minister back and front, and all these big names you have from Benue South.
Comrade,
we have suffered a lot.
Comrade, if I get you clearly, are you emphatically asking that Benue people prioritize competence and qualifications over ethno-political considerations? Is that what you're saying?
That is what they are trying to do. But we are saying, no, those that have work should be considered. I'm of the position, I'm from Benue South Senatorial District. It is my humble desire that I have a minister from my senator to help cushion the situation we have found ourselves in that zone. But for them, instead of applauding the appointment of one of our own and also encouraging the SGF and the president to do more by giving one of our own from Benue South as an accomplishment to also help in governance, they are busy doing bad bloods. Meanwhile,
right,
they are the reasons why the zone have been suffering over the years.
Comrade, but looking at it this way, can the APC really spread its tentacles to the Igede and Idoma land if it fails to give appointment to sons and daughters of both nationalities?
No, they will give. Certainly they will give. I'm sure. I am confident, and I've been discussing with the SGF, and I know what he's doing in that direction. And I also know Mr. President. I also know he has friends from that place. He has Senator Ame Bute. He has the likes of them. That he also knows that they should also get an appointment that will help the people of Benue South Senatorial District, and by extension, Benue people and Nigeria as a whole. I'm confident. This is just the first appointment that had come out, that of the SGF and that of the Ministerial. And we are hopeful that if the President in his magnanimity and gracious heart decide to say, okay, let me add one minister to Benue, I'm sure that he will say, and the SGF will implement the fact that it should go to Benue South Senatorial District, which comprises of the Igede and the Idoma.
All right, so as the APC state chairman, how do you intend to, bring peace in this regard?
Well, the party is together and in total support of the SGF. There is no difference in the party. The only few persons saying that majority are not APC members and have never worked for the party. Some might have their own personal issue or would never love Senator Dr. George Akume, no matter what he does. But it is God, in his infinite mercy, that has brought him to this point. A gracious man, full of a heart for the people. He doesn't care whether you are a Doma, whether you are a Gede, whether you are a Thief. He does his own for all. And that was why, when he was appointed SGF, it was greeted with all sorts and manner of congratulations and happiness across the length and breadth of the country. Is it across religious line? Is it the Muslim? Is it the Christian? Is it who? Mention any ethnic group that was not happy and did not celebrate or rejoice with the appointment of the SGF. So it is laughable for you to now bring him to that level of saying that he plays that kind of ethnic, sentimental kinds of politics.
All right, so let's stay away from Benue politics for a minute. The much-awaited ministerial list is out. We have the first batch. What do you make of this list?
Well, for me, you can see that there's a departure from the old order. Many of those people that have made the list are news to Nigerians. And you can see eminent, young, energetic people willing and ready to give their best and to offer their best to the nation. So I believe in the spirit of what the president is doing. And I want to say that I'm proud of him. As a member of the All Progressive Congress, I want to say that I am proud of my president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So this list came in with just 2 days to the constitutional deadline. From your assessments, what would you say is responsible for this?
Well, one thing you will not take from our president is the fact that he consults so much because he doesn't want to fail. He's a man that is full of or is programmed to deliver. So once you have such kind of persons, they don't want any little thing that will bring excuses and all of that. So I think part of the consultation is the reason for the delay to this moment. And for me, I am happy with the caliber of people that have been enlisted so far. It shows that there is really reward for hard work. And not just hard work, that there are people that are competent, that also knows their onions, that are ready for this job. So I'm happy with the list, and I'm happy the fact that he took his time to have brought about these very all-inclusive names on board.
All right, then. So with this situation, how critical will you describe the constitutional amendments that provides time limit for submission of ministerial nominees?
Yes, I think the 60 days is enough for any government that wants to come in and perform. it's enough for them to come in. Within 60, that's 2 months. 2 months is enough for any background check, for any work any person or president could do to see those he's bringing on board to help him or aid him administer his government. So I think that constitutional requirement is apt, and it's okay. Even if they reduce it to 1 month, it's still okay. But I know very well that the 2 months, it's something that, it's okay. For me, it's okay. It's very fine. And this is the first time we are trying it. So I think it's okay.
All right, then. So looking at this list, and I mean, as promised by the president, the list is a mixture of career politicians and technocrats. I would like you to react to that. What do you make of that?
Yes, like I told you, it did not just come with hard work. It also came with capacity and caliber of this set of people that have been chosen. You know, those that have succeeded in their fields of endeavor, whether politics, whether business, whether, you know. So for me, I believe and I know very well that he took his time to have consulted and to have bring about these names of people forward. And I know that they have the capacity and the requisite and what it takes to deliver to the good people of Nigeria. And what is more important, and I want you to also know, or Nigerians to know, that it is about the man on the helm of affairs. It is about that man on the helm of affairs. If you like, bring 1,000,001 technocrat or people that sleeps every day with book or people that... If the head doesn't know his onions, then forget it. So for me, the president was prepared for this job. And I know very well, with the caliber of people he has brought on board, with him sitting on top as the president and commander, I know very well that he would deliver.
Comrade, as an APC chieftain, how do you feel about appointments of politicians who are not members of your party as ministers?
Well, yes, you know, the truth about it is that the president is a politician and have his reason at every given time when such decisions are made. And in politics, there are a lot of things that goes under the table that the ordinary eye does not see. For you, you might think that that person was or is not a member of APC. Yes, physically seen. But underneath, you also don't know the person's actions or inactions might have contributed positively to the success of the party. What matters is if the person have the capacity to be in line with the president to deliver to the as regard the promises of the president to the Nigerian people. So for me, as a politician, a practical one for that matter, I want to say that without missing word, that in politics, anything can happen and you can expect anything at every given time.
All right, so for now, there are 28 ministerial nominees, many more to come. I would like to ask you, what do you think is responsible for this and what are your expectations?
Yes, like I said, the 28, 14 there are Christian, 14 there are Muslim. All those religious sentiments also doesn't really matter to me as far as you can deliver the needed dividends. And for me, I know that consultation could be a result of one of these things. And there are states that you have this complicity and certain politics that plays within that state, you know. So all of those things will be seen as part of the reason for such kind of delayance. I'm not speaking for Mr. President, but certainly I know that he's a man full of consultation. He consults so that he can bring out the best. So for me, as far as he has not fallen short of the constitutional requirement, then I think he's good to go.
All right, so talking about gender balance, to what extent will you say the president conformed to that?
I think six,
Did you get my question?
7 out of the six out of the 28th nominee are women. And I think it is good. It is good enough. But I know more women will come on board because I know very well that women, our mothers, are really the bonds of our strength in this politics we do. And I know very well that more women will come on board, considering the first set of lists that are already out. And I know that our mother, Her Excellency, the wife of Mr. President, is also there and pushing for the gender folks, for the women. And you can be rest assured that considerable, that a good number will be given to women. And I know that at the end of the day, one aspect I also want them to also consider is the destitute, maybe the destitute, those that physically challenged, or how will I call it, special people. You know, I feel it is important that they too are considered in that regards.
All right, so for a fact, there are 7 women among the nominees. I'm going to be asking you, what does this mean for the party and women generally?
It's a welcome development because for them, left for the women, they will even tell you that you should give them 50-50, you know. So I know that they want more, and I know certainly they will get more of this appointment. I trust Mr. President. I trust our president. I know he has the capacity. He has been doing it even while as governor. You know, women were carried so much in his government.
So what does this mean for your party?
Yes, it is a radical departure from the old order where the sensibilities of women are not put in focus. So for us, it will also endure more women to see that we have respect for them, we believe in them, they are our mothers, they are the reasons, they are our banners, they are everything, you know, that we can think of. So I know very well that giving them more participation would have also given them a sense of belonging across the length and breadth of the country, from the local level down to the national, because all politics is local. So I think it's a good direction, and the party will seize every opportunity and make good use of it in ensuring that women are carried along, and if possible, the general women of this country believe solely on the party APC.